So my belief is really that procurement teams should be intelligence-led. And that's because in the world we are now, risk is very prevalent, and I think awareness of risk is very prevalent as well. So you have all this stuff going on in the world, and it's very easy to get distracted by it, by the perception of things. So if you look, for example, at Davos and the World Economic Forum, they focus very heavily on the perception of risk every year, and that's how they track what businesses are thinking. And it's very, very, very impactful on business. So I think last year was cyber was the big risk, and then it was environment the year that a lot of environmental things had happened. So you get this kind of obsession in business sometimes of chasing risk, or being obsessed with identifying risk. And amongst that, I think it's very easy for people to focus on big things everyone's aware of and get paralyzed by those, and then maybe miss the smaller things that can actually impact the business more, because the obvious big things you've thought of and you've tried to deal with. So I think the aim of having the intelligence process is to make all that manageable and kind of come up with something where your risk is assessed pretty evenly across the organization, and you challenge yourself to kind of spot the emerging things that actually come and bite you. You don't get fixed and obsessed on the big things, and you don't stop doing business because you're so busy trying to mitigate risk that you actually completely lose the opportunity to function. So something that applies to procurement in particular is, of course, operating across the whole business, having this holistic view of risk and thinking about things like supply chain and the kind of continuity of the organization that I think is being very well noted now, across organizations, that procurement has this great function. And especially in a just-in-time production line world where things, it's kind of critical not to have slack in your system. And again, the only way you can do that is by being intelligent, to me. And if you're not looking at this being led by intelligence, which is just refined information to support decision making, then what are you doing? And so to me, again, that is the absolute heart of why procurement should be interested in this, and interested in having a function that brings together people, process and technology to get clarification around risk, to get visibility of issues that might be affecting the business, bring those things together and make sensible and impactful decisions.